You know those public servants that we have, from your president on down to your local police departments, they all swore to take an oath to protect the United States Constitution, which protects the United States people. Guard against the imposters of pretend patriotism. George Washington. What's going on, America? It's your boy Charlie in the box. Check it out. Look at what I got in my box this week is going to be. Why do they got to take an oath if they don't have to keep it, America? Let's get this video started. You know those public servants that we have, from your president on down to your local police departments, they all took an oath, America, to protect the United States Constitution, which protects the United States people. But if they don't have to obey that oath, why in the hell do they take it? Because you know what? They're throwing us under the bus. They don't give a damn what happens to you, your liberties, or this freaking country, as long as they get paid. But America, do you? I'm gonna give you two examples how different judges in different states either trying to cover up their own mistakes or line their own pockets. You know, the ones that preside upon that bench to make sure the rules of the land are governed evenly amongst us. But as long as they keep getting away with this type of shit, America, it's business as usual. We're gonna have to start over there in Texas with Democrat Nora LaGoya. She got busted speeding by McAllen Police Department on July 12, 2014. And they realized when they pulled her over that she smelled like alcohol. So they gave her a sobriety field test. She failed it. She was stumbling about and she was slurring all her freaking words. She did not want to submit to a breathalyzer. But what would happen to you, America, at that point? You would probably be taken to the hospital and they would draw some blood so they can make sure they get that conviction. You would have to attend some classes. You would have a felony. You pay some outrageous fines, and your premiums for your insurance would go up. It would haunt you for the rest of your freaking life. But for her, it's not the same freaking thing. They took her to the police department and they let her sober up. So the next video that you would see was her reading from a freaking piece of paper against the wall, and she sounded fine. And when her case got brought up to court, a fellow Democrat dropped all freaking charges except for speeding. They gave her a small amount of fines and that was it. So it sounds like over there in Texas with the Democrats, it's politics as usual. Okay, now we gotta go over there to Pennsylvania where two judges got caught in a scandal called Kids for Cash. They were paid up to $2.6 million to sentence our children to lengthy amount of time in juvenile detention centers for bullshit ass charges. Mocking a principal on MySpace, trespassing, and stealing a few DVDs from your local Walmart and Target. These are all misdemeanors that they didn't have to do any time. But hey, as long as they got their pockets lined, that's all that mattered. They sold their souls to the devil. And that's what's happening in Washington. There's a lot of dirt over there, but the media is gonna explain this to you guys. Why? Because they fear for their lives. Look what happened to Michael Hastings. This man said on CNN, we got all the dirt, let's just put it out there. They can't stop us if we all do it together. But what happened? He lost his life. But America, I guess it's just politics as usual in this country, right? So there's a lot of Americans today would say, Charlie, there's nothing you can do about it, and this is just the way it is. Well, that's being ignorant and having apathy within your heart. But when that shit runs out, what do you got to stand on? Nothing. We're living in a country of men, not of laws, and if that's the case, we're in a bunch of trouble. They took an oath to protect the Bill of Rights, but they disobey it. The freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom to peacefully assemble and to practice religion how we see fit. The freedom of speech is only in designated areas nowadays. The true and open press, they're going to designate and they're going to point out who it is and who you should listen to. That's a damn right shame. They're saying that Chart in the Box, We Are Change Fresno, Weaponized News, Fresno4.com, DrudgeReport.com. We're not a real true press. Why do you think the Southern Poverty Letter says that we're a threat to the freaking government, not to the country? So you got to understand the difference. And the freedom to people peacefully assemble, well, ask the Tea Party how they were demonized when they were trying to exercise that right. And to go to church however you see fit, our religion? No. When they got them to sign on to a 501c3 to be a non-profit organization, don't you understand why the attendance at church is going down? Because the people aren't getting the knowledge of understanding God's love nowadays. The Second Amendment states that we have the right to keep and bear arms from anybody that wants to come do us harm. Your freaking your government, a bad guy, and even your freaking neighbor, it doesn't matter. Protect your spouse from anybody, man. And nowadays you got these fake cell phone towers all across this freaking country. data mining all your personal information. And that's not bad enough. Your local police department will pull you over and take all your information from your cell phone. That's an erosion of your Fourth Amendment. See, we're in a bunch of trouble as a nation, and the only reason that they keep getting away with it is because we choose to ignore it. And eventually that's going to come to bite us in the ass. So if you're not going to do everything in power to restore your life, liberty, and this country, America, you're going to do everything in power to destroy all three. Charlie the Box out. Obey that oath.
Charlie Boss, baby.